Nerd Takes.
Nerd Takes.
I'm Justin. This
I'm
is John.
I'm Brian.
And we are here to talk about... Lambert, tell us about it.
We're going to talk about Still Austin Cask Strength bourbon whiskey.
Where is this from?
Shocker. It's from Austin, Texas.
It's Still Austin.
Made by the Still Austin Distillery.
Is it made in a still that is in Austin?
That's like a triple pun.
I don't even know I don't know what's happening right now.
All right, well, tell us about this.
I'm going to tell you about the Still Austin is proud to be one of the only distilleries in Texas to source grains from local farmers, distilled ecologically in-house and aged right here in the Texas Hill Country. Using ingredients from our homeland allows the creativity and individuality of Texas to shine through every sip. That's a little bit about the distillery itself.
The creativity is really displayed in the name.
I know.
Yeah.
I like it. All sarcasm aside, I think it's actually pretty
Still
clever.
Austin.
I enjoy a good pun.
Yeah.
And then a quick summary on the bourbon. Again, ripped from the website. This is a deeper, more metal version of our beloved straight bourbon. Is made from a select blend choice of barrels and bottled at a grow hair on your chest 118 proof. In an act of masterful artistry, our distillers were able to combine power and subtlety into one gorgeous spirit. Because of the demand for this magnificent juice, we've decided to make it available year-round. Originally, it was a limited edition where it was only available at certain times and whatever.
It's not juice.
So so just to be clear, it does actually say grow hair on your chest, and it also does mention the word juice.
It says magnificent juice.
I'm going to try not to hold that against him.
That is on the website. That's on the internet. That's written in ink.
Tell us about the mash bill, please.
So the mash bill is 70% white corn, 25% rye, and 5% malted barley, and 100% Texas.
Okay.
Again, it's on the website.
And
it's aged. Now it aged at least 2 years, which is what it says right there on the bottle, and its proof is obviously at 118.
Okay. What about the tasting notes? What we're going to do is we're going to taste it, do a little nose, taste, and finish. But what are they telling us about?
So what they tell us on the nose is brandied cherries, muddled mint, and cinnamon toast, palate of grilled peaches, butterscotch pecan pie, dark brown sugar, and a finish of rye spice, nutmeg, and clove.
Okay. How'd you come about this?
I bought it on Sealbox website.
Okay.
$65 MSRP.
All right.
We'll see if it's any good. Took a hunch, took a shot. It was just something that actually I bought 2 bottles because Orf wanted one too. So he's interested in this review as well.
Okay.
Did he already pick his up?
No.
Oh.
It's still at my house.
Okay. So if it's great, we can call an audible.
That's right. He doesn't get his. All right. So cut that out. Cut that.
Don't say that. Don't say
All right.
that.
So, all right. First, we're going to do the nose. So
I still get vinegar.
Yeah, so I was going to say, when we first opened it a few minutes ago, we all kind of gave it a real quick sniff, and it was very pungent vinegar.
Mm-hmm.
And then
I said raw meat.
Yeah.
Which is very fitting for Texas.
Which is kind of morphing into what the French would call Saint-Merde.
Yeah, and what does that mean?
It smells like shit.
Oh, okay, all right.
I was going to say merit is definitely
But
shit.
it's not an insult in wine.
No.
Well, I don't think it should be then here either.
No. It's earthy.
Okay.
Essentially,
I
barnyard.
was going to say,
and
like,
earthy is fine.
Earthy farmyard.
Sometimes you
is
need a
how
little
I would
funk.
Describe that. Yeah.
I am actually getting the cinnamon toast. Like now that, and maybe this could be like playing mind games on me. Now that I'm seeing that, I'm smelling
you
that.
want to smell it?
But I really am getting it though.
No, I could see that. And even
the
brandy, right?
Yes.
I'm smelling the ethanol, which I think is reminding me of a brandy. So, because the alcohol is present there, right? It smells like, so I can see why they would say brandied cherries, right?
Yep.
So,
All right, let's go in for the palate, right? Get a little taste.
Let's taste
I already
it.
tasted mine. It does not taste at all what I expected it to taste like.
No.
And I think I'm being very complimentary, like in a good way. Like I think it tastes significantly better than it smells on the nose.
Absolutely.
And yes, it does, and it's warm to me.
And and I think that's because it's young, and you can tell it's young.
Yes. Did the website mention anything about the size of the barrel?
No.
A lot of Texans are using smaller barrels because they're believing that it's
it comes in
it
contact
speeds things up.
comes in
right?
contact with the wood more.
Yeah,
and,
it's more surface area. So,
Yep.
I'm just curious, but it feels like maybe they're using smaller barrels here too, because it tastes more mature than 2 years, but is it as complex as it should be for the taste that it has? And that's why I just added a decent amount of water.
I mean, I know it says it was on the nose, but I got a lot of like caramelized cherries on the taste, on the palate. Just a lot of sugar.
Yeah,
Butterscotch too.
And how much
Nutty a little
corn
bit.
was in the mash bill?
75% corn.
Yeah, that makes sense.
No,
So-
sorry,
corn.
70% white corn.
Okay.
I know that we're not quite to the finish yet, but I'll just even talk about mouthfeel. Like it's got a pretty good, like solid, deep warmth for me. Like it's kind of sticking around. Kind of it's finished, but like just even like it before we're talking about finish, like it just kind of engulfs the mouth for me.
Yeah. It's got a clean mouthfeel.
It's not super spicy. It's again, Brian, you said it really well. It's warm.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of got a little bit of a delayed finish. It's starting to come up a little bit more. Where it kind of goes away and then it comes back.
Yeah.
It comes back right at the back of your throat.
I don't feel like water was its friend.
Really?
Yeah. And
That's good. I don't like the water with the bourbons.
well, there's that earthiness is really coming out, and so
okay.
that's the part that it's like.
It's just,
That's the part that's lingering almost on the roof of my mouth. Right.
I'm just stuck on the fact that this smells nothing like it tastes.
Right.
That's where I'm stuck. That's
it is
where I'm
literally
stuck.
night and day.
It tastes, and it tastes way better.
yeah.
Yeah.
The palate is way better than the nose.
It does taste way better than it smells, but it's hard to get past. That's
Well, so kind of getting to the end of
So
it though.
weird.
What are we talking finish?
it doesn't. I mean, so when I think of finish, and we've talked about this before, it's the pleasant flavors, right, that are sticking around. The pleasant flavors kind of go away pretty quickly for me, and then the part that I particularly find the earthy quality is not my favorite style of bourbon, and some people love it, right? There are some bourbons out there. One of our Yellowstone picks.
It was
that
like
109 was.
It tasted like fresh cut grass.
Yeah, I hated that one.
It really, and and we talked about that. Like you chose it for a reason because some people like that
people love
flavor
it.
profile.
So that's the part that's sticking around here. And to me, that says smaller barrels. It just feels like they're not full-size barrels. So you get the really, all of those pleasant things come from that extra surface area, but you don't get the actual development of the whiskey in that shorter period of time, right? You can pick a tomato whenever, technically speaking, it's ripe, right? When it turns red, it's ripe until you taste it, and then you go, no, it's really not that ripe. So,
Yeah, and it is hard to get past the nose.
It really is.
I do think the taste is pretty fantastic. I really do love the palate, and I think it's because I really do love. I mean, Cher's Jubilee was like my favorite dessert.
yeah,
I'm really getting that right off the bat.
sure, yeah, that's brandy.
But then to your point, like it does kind of die down. I just get a little bit of the warmth, but it's not like the rolling, different, flavorful warmth. It's just kind of heat a little bit. Right?
Yeah, it's for the thing that's just sticking around. It is. I don't get a lot of flavor. It's just kind of.
Yeah.
It's just kind of heat. You know, it's
heat.
there.
Yeah,
And that's about it.
yeah. I do get some caramel. I get some butterscotch stuff. I think they're tasty notes. Actually, when I was listening to it, I don't taste the 100% Texas, but
It doesn't really give the size, but it's got a picture.
yeah.
I can't tell. From
Those
the picture.
those look like standard barrels, so
Right.
Yeah, I'm certainly one to admit when I'm wrong.
I mean,
It happens so often. But yeah,
And-
that
and-
looks like a standard size
well,
thing.
it
But
could-
who
and we're
knows?
talking,
There's
and we're
nothing
also
for-
talking
for
different
perspective.
climate. Like
Yeah.
we're used to, bourbons and whiskeys that are aged in Kentucky and Tennessee.
Sure.
These are in Texas.
Yeah, a little drier
It's
climate.
a little bit drier. It's a little bit hotter, so it's going to change
Mm-hmm.
the flavor profile of what's being aged down there.
And I will say this: Texans love Texas things. I've spent a lot of time in Texas,
Like
and
a
they
whole other
will
country.
they will buy. It is the only state that was a whole other country.
It used to be, really.
And that's why the Texas flag is the only state that can fly its flag at the same height as the United States flag. So, but they will buy Texas stuff just because it's Texas, and they're going to love it because it's Texas.
Oh, yeah.
So if they're Texas proud,
And these,
you can see why. And there's
are.
a lot of people that live there, and you can see why they're saying
certified
after
Texas whiskey.
so much
right
high
there.
demand. Yeah. Yep. So,
Well, what do we think? Let's do a rating. Brian, you're our guest. You get to start first.
Rating scale.
I'm going because of the nose, and that's the part that one of the things I love to do is just sit and smell a great whiskey for
Absolutely.
a long time before I even sip on it. Right, that's part of the entire experience. So, for me, it's post-incestual Luke.
I can't just kiss my sister, Luke. So
Yeah.
that's a three.
I just kissed my sister. Luke.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just
All right.
kissed my sister Luke.
You want me to go next?
You can go next. Yeah.
All right. I really do like the taste of this. I do think the nose is pretty rough to get past. The finish isn't bad because I do like a warm finish. So I'm kind of like right in the middle. So I'm going with a 5. I'm going with a Force Ghost Luke.
So and that was I was debating between Tashi Station Luke and Force Ghost Luke. That's where my head was. So I'll echo you and I will say Force Ghost Luke because I do like the flavor. It's just and if the nose matched the flavor, probably Hoth Luke. I couldn't see it getting to Dagobah Luke.
Yeah, but I could almost see Stormtrooper Luke.
Probably not.
Yeah.
It's not that good. But I'll say Force Ghost Luke.
All right. Well, there you have it. Still Austin Cask Strength. Thanks for joining us.
Nerd takes.
Nerd Takes.
Nerd takes.